Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to make the crispiest and juiciest chicken right at home. When we make roast chicken, we can't get that crispy skin and the juicy meat. The oven just can't distribute the even heat where we need it. The chicken breast becomes dry and the skin becomes soggy. So today I wanted to show you something that brings you juicy chicken and crispy skin. So we're going to turn this chicken into a flat chicken and cook it in a skillet or a pan. For this recipe, you're going to need one large chicken, which weighs around 1.2 kilos. We're just going to remove the wing tips from both sides. Now we're going to use scissors to cut through the skin and then split the breast open and remove the bone from the middle. These scissors are specifically for cutting through skin and bone, so I've added a link in the description box below. Make sure you check them out. You want to remove this bone carefully. Try not to slash through the meat. Instead, run your knife against the bone and the meat will just come away. So right now the chicken isn't opening fully because the bones are still keeping it in place. So what we're going to do is we are going to turn the chicken over and bend the legs until you can hear a crack on both sides. Essentially what you're doing here is disconnecting the thigh bone from the backbone. Now the chicken is looking much flatter. But what we want to do is disconnect all the joints in this bird so that there's nothing to hold it in place anymore. We want to separate the wing where it joins the breast, and for that we're just going to add a slit at the joints, and you'll see that the bird will open up very quickly. Make sure you use a sharp knife for this so that you don't have to keep slashing away. You'll see as we go along, the bird will keep getting flatter and flatter. It's not necessary to follow the steps as I've laid them out. Essentially, what you want to do is just to dislocate each joint in the chicken and flatten it out as much as possible while keeping the chicken's skin intact. But again, you can go in any process you want. You can go at any steps as you want. You can start off with the wings or start off with the legs. That's entirely up to you. Hi everyone, my goal for January 2021 is to reach 3,000 subscribers, so please help me get there by giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel right now. I'm waiting. As you already know, the breast area is the thickest part of the chicken. So to flatten it out and release the bones from the meat, we want to cut it away from the bone. Make cuts in the rib cage to open it up even further. So here at the legs, you can see that it isn't flattened, and the top part where the skin is will not actually get in any contact with the skillet. So what we want to do is just feel for the drumstick bone where it connects to the thigh bone and just score there to sever the joint. Now we want to open the drumstick right up to the bone. For this, you're going to make nice, neat cuts, trying to keep the meat intact. For that, you will need a sharp knife. We're going to do the same process with the thighs. You're just going to make nice, neat cuts until the thigh bone is exposed. If you haven't already done so, you can do what I'm doing here, which is cutting the bottom of the breast from the thigh. This will help in flattening out the chicken. After cutting the breast away from the thigh, look how well the chicken skin is exposed and the chicken is looking even flatter. This way, all the chicken skin will have contact with the skillet. Just remember, everything that you're doing on one side of the chicken, you want to repeat the process on the other, giving it the same time and the same attention. Now we just need to cut away the pelvic bones. Lastly, we're just going to score against the wing joint where it joins the breast so the wing can lay flat. There you have it. Your chicken is flattened. It's so worth the time. If you attempt it a couple more times, you'll get faster at it and it will become so much easier. I recommend that you at least try it once. Now onto the spice mix. You want to combine 2 teaspoons of Cajun spice with 2.5 teaspoons of salt. Just give that a good mix and set it aside. Place the chicken flat on a baking sheet, skin side down. Now we're just going to sprinkle half of the spice mix over the meat side. Try to evenly sprinkle it over so you don't get pockets of salty chicken when you eat it. Now we can flip the chicken and season the skin side. Lay the chicken as flat as possible so that the spices can be sprinkled all over the chicken skin. This next step is crucial. Something we forget is that dry skin will give you crispy skin. So what we want to do is dry the skin before we cook it. What we're going to do is leave the chicken flat in this pan and uncovered and just stick it in the fridge for a couple of hours. Or if you have time, up to 6 hours. The longer you leave it in the fridge, the drier the skin will become. The fridge will end up drawing out all the moisture from the chicken. Okay, so now the chicken has been drying in the fridge, and once you take it out of the fridge, there may be some moisture pockets on the top because the salt just pulls out all that moisture. So if you get those little pockets of moisture, just take some kitchen towel and dab the skin and dab it as dry as possible. So we're going to take a large non-stick skillet. You cannot use cast iron. A lot of people do ask me, cast iron is not non-stick. So you need something that is non-stick and it needs to be around 30 centimeters in size. We will start with a cold skillet and transfer the chicken to the skillet and place it skin side down. You want to flatten the chicken out as much as possible. You don't want folds in the chicken. Just take your time and stretch it out as much as possible. So place the skillet on a medium heat and use a lid that is larger than the pan so it doesn't completely cover the chicken. We need a place for the steam to escape. And any moisture, remember, any moisture means that the skin will not get crispy. So if you have a double ring burner like I do, you will get even heat distribution and the chicken will get an even colour. So you just want to place that on a medium heat. It can be done on a single ring burner too, but just keep a watch on the skin while it cooks. After around 7 to 8 minutes, the chicken fat begins to render, which is why we don't add any butter or oil in the beginning. The chicken will essentially fry in its own fat. Just look how crispy that chicken looks. Once you flip the chicken, you only need around 3 to 4 minutes to finish cooking it. Don't flip the chicken again. The crispy skin will get moist and you would have wasted all that hard work. Serve with seasonal roasted vegetables. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. If you like this recipe, give it a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, share this video with all your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Bye!